I'm joined now by Jimmy SAINS, Matchroom prospect 4-0, guesting on the Top Tier show on June the 29th at the Brentwood Centre. Jimmy, good to see you. And when I first saw your name on this card, I did think to myself, this is a really good thing for you to be doing, because you boxed in London on your debut at Wembley Arena. Since then, you've been out on the road on big shows, which is great. But it must be good to get back in front of your home fans on your home patch.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I've had some good shows on the road. Like I said, I've been in Vegas, which was an unbelievable experience there as well. But Brentwood for me is like, that's my home. Do you know what I mean? To be boxing there, I'm very privileged and can't wait to take this opportunity.
Because when you boxed at Repton, you got the green on gold on there. You build up that fan base, don't you? Repton are still legendary for the support that they would take to tournaments all over the place. So it's good for them not to have quite so far to travel.
Yeah, of course. All the fans, they want to come up to all the away days, but just, I mean, with work and stuff, holidays, they can't. So to have a nice local one, it means everyone can come out and support. It's good for me, it's good for Top Tier as well to have loads of people there. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not fighting next time, they might still go to the show because I'm a local lad. Do you know what I mean? They might be not doing anything that Saturday, they can go and watch another Top Tier show. So it's good for everyone.
George Liddard's doing the same thing, actually. He's boxing on the Taylor Catterall show tonight, and he's going to be boxing on the 29th too. How have you found life as a pro so far? You're a good amateur. I saw you quite a bit, actually. But it's different, isn't it? Everything's different. Training's longer, training's harder, the mentality. It's not maybe as different as it used to be in years gone by, but it's a big shift.
Yeah, it's a big difference between as the amateurs and the pros. I mean, I've done a few years senior, but even the seniors to the pros is a big difference. I mean, the training is a massive difference. The sparring, I've been doing up to 10, 12 rounds of sparring, whereas amateur I probably do 4 or 5 max. So even the people I'm sparring as well, much stronger men, I've got to up my game. I've got to be on it every day, all the time.
Yeah, that is a big difference, isn't it? Sometimes when I see somebody turn pro without any senior experience, it rings alarm bells with me a bit, because it's fighting fully grown men it's just a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a completely different sport. A lot of people don't think that the pro game's different to amateurs, but when you get in there, it's completely different. The amateurs all quickly in and out, point scoring, whereas the pros, it's like more of a hurt business, so you've got to be switched on.
Yeah, the hurt business, that's exactly what it is. That's the contract, isn't it? You know, the both of you sign it. I'm going to try and hurt you, you're going to try and hurt me. We're both fine with it.
That's it, yeah. Hit, hopefully hurt, but don't get hurt yourself.
Actually, thinking about watching in the amateurs, I remember being at the University of East London, where they had the quarterfinals and semi-finals over the 2 days. I was there watching your ring. Jamie Redknapp appeared away to my left-hand side, and I thought, that's interesting. I wonder who he's here to see, because I know he's a big boxing fan. And he left basically as soon as your fight finished, so I just thought, oh, okay. And it kind of made sense to me, because Repton's an East End club, and Harry, obviously, his dad's from Poplar. So where does that connection come from?
Well, it's actually from my godfather, Luke Sweeney. Him and Jamie are very good friends. Luke's a massive fan of boxing, so is Jamie. I mean, it was in London, so it wasn't too far, it's quite local. So Jamie's always wanted to say it to me, he's always wanted to watch me. So just had the opportunity to come down then, yeah.
And it's gone well so far, 4 fights, 4 stoppages. You've got a very good team behind you, guiding your every step. How much kind of control of things do you like to take yourself, or how involved do you like to be in the decisions when it comes to who you're going to fight next and what the potential path might be?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a great team behind me. Tony's my trainer and manager. I don't really have a lot to say, to be honest. Tony, I'm completely trusting Tony. Tony knows what he's doing. He's been in the game a long time. Obviously, I'm going to have to start stepping up, but stepping up at the right time is so important, and I'll leave that to Tony.
I did see, actually, because I commentated on this fight in Liverpool back in January, Steve Clark, who you boxed as an amateur, if memory serves correctly, sorry to bring it up, he beat you in a senior elite final, but then not that long afterwards you beat him, I think.
That's it, yeah.
I mean, that, you know, it's not one for now, but a rematch in the pros?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really need that in rematch, because obviously it broke my heart, I'll tell you the truth, to lose the senior bear final. That was my goal throughout my whole boxing career, whole amateur career, to win the senior bear title. And I took it away from me. He beat me fair and square on the night. A couple of weeks later, like I said, I got the rematch in the Three Nations, and I got the stoppage. So for me, that's done. I've got my revenge, if you like. But nothing against him. He's a good kid. Hopefully we both do well, and then we can meet each other maybe for a British level. It'd be good. On paper we're 1-1, but in my head I'm 1 up now. So yeah.
Well, yeah, both big ticket sellers, both from
Definitely.
boxing
Really makes
hotbeds.
sense
You know, there's a lot going for it. I love matchmaking. It's just easy if you do my job because I don't actually have to make it happen.
Yeah, of course.
You're boxing Remy Scholar on the 29th, and that's a good fight for you, I think.
Yeah, I've got to be stepping up slowly, but I think that's the right stepping stone to take. He's beat a prospect recently on the Queensberry show, so I mean he's dangerous. He's never been stopped before, so he's a tough opponent.
And it's about activity early on, isn't it? That's the most important thing. Have you got any kind of plan in mind where you would like to be by the end of the year?
5 or 6 fights a year, I think that's ideal. I've only had 4 at the moment. Since September. My first one was in September, so I've done them pretty much back to back. And that's where I'm going to be learning. Straight back into the gym after the fight, looking what I did well, looking what I did wrong, and then working on that to go straight into the next fight.
And just finally, if you can, describe to us the feeling of walking out in front of a crowd. You've done it plenty of times. I watch ring walks all the time. I love a good ring walk. Some fighters look like they're locked in and they're not really paying too much attention. Others really soak it up and really enjoy it. How are you?
On my debut, everyone was telling me on the week, I tried to really soak it in, take everything in, the whole occasion. And that was definitely the best one. That was obviously in London, so great turnout of the crowd. I don't think I'm ever going to beat that one, but I think the Brentwood Centre is going to be close. It's going to be a good turnout. I've got a few people coming. So yeah, hopefully that'll be good. I'll try and soak that in and take it all in.
Okay, good to see you.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.